Hello, you jolly good people. Welcome back to Anno 800 Survival. Glad you're still sticking around. I'm having a particularly good day because today we can start, well, what? With the, yeah, you name it, the soap industry. Gone are the days when you have to go to bed without taking a proper soapy shower. And in this case, over here, we can start with that in the industrial zone. I do have some building materials now for the endeavor. We do have some money for that. And we can start, to be honest, right? Let's build us a warehouse. I should probably check how much soap we consume right now. It's 1 ton per minute. And that means at least 2 I need. That means at least 1 soap maker I need, right? Because they produce 2 per minute. I do need 2 rendering works, however, because they only produce 1 per minute. And then I do need 4 pig farms. Let's go ahead with those guys here. I just realized halfway through we don't have all the timber. Fortunately, timber is something we produce really quickly. And there we have it. This brings my balance down to almost 0 now. We still have some money left, 3,000 people at the moment. And this, once it's starting to ramp, of course, once it's starting to work, is going to produce us the soap. For that, I would also like to pause my soap consumption in Vega right now. As we can see with the soap, we do get 4 coins in per building. In addition, so that's the same ratio that the sausage has, right? But it's going to be a bit more money coming in. With the remaining timber, either we build us another schooner, probably, or we upgrade more buildings. But that's for Vega right now. Nothing else I need to do at the moment, really. What we can do, however, is we can sell a few more ships, probably. Yep, there it is. Rover. And Rover, you go off and you are going to be sold. 2,500 to the highest bidder. Money that we really need. In Gordon. A name that I don't like that much. Let's call it Bill Away to one of my supporters on Patreon. Thank you very much for you. And if you're interested in supporting me on Patreon, please consider the link in the video description. Now, I'm going to build another house. That's all we can afford right now. Holy cow, that wasn't much. Why is it not working yet? Let's go ahead and boost them. Pretty important, to be honest. I need my timber rolling. The fish is fine, and we should... Well, we're producing 18 tons per minute now with that. Once it's working, of course. Quite the busy port that we have in Billaway. Yeah, as we can see, it's getting busy with the AI opponents now too, as they're pushing out the first gunboats already. That was quick, way quicker than I anticipated. We don't have gunboats yet. So they can already protect their ships. Of course, that's also increasing now their military power then. And the higher the military power, the less likely it is for us to to flatter them, to impress them. I don't know. Nothing seems to be possible here. Miss Hunt? Nothing possible. I guess this is eternal war with her already. I'm trying my best though with the others. Alright, nothing else with Archie. We do have a bit more timber. Let's finish the remaining farmhouses here. In the center of Vega. Really the center. There is this space here, right? We could build something beautiful in that. I think actually, you know what? That would be amazing. I think we can do this. Having the church here, look at the size or the range of it, right? We could definitely get a lot of people with that. Not that many as if I place it here. Still, it would be fine, right? There's no way to make a road here down there, unfortunately. No. After all these years, this is not possible yet. Like a cable car or something I could think about. Let's build the pub and Billaway and a few more people. Right, getting us a bit of taxes in as well here. That's just the real problem with production. We're completely at the limit now. Let's go ahead. Build us 2 more potato farms, 2 more schnapps distilleries. And yeah, another warehouse. Cow. And another sheep farm plus flamework with knitters. And I probably will have to use this beach area or this. Let's use this for some more fish farms. Fisheries, right? It's pretty important that we get this going too. Okay, now it's working. Perfect. I mean, fish are we? Oh, we are already at the limit there. Yep. Another warehouse and the first fishery on the other side of Vega now too. And is my soap now rolling in, please? Yes, the first ton. The first batch of soap is coming into the warehouse now. This is another glorious day for us. Alright, right now we also have a bit of a surplus production of steel, of course, naturally. Something that you just have, right? Plus 3Ds. And with that, we can now afford the next production, that is the weapons. I don't have them yet. Let's build a weapon factory. That is going to make me red, unfortunately. But, of course, we have soap now. And soap is something I can definitely use for some fine, happy people. By the way, let's build us a few more blocks of houses there. And sell us another schooner. Orion. Another ship. I would love that. We do need a bit more timber. I might actually need to boost my timber production. We might actually need a second site of that. We'll see. We'll see. Now I've got some real timber in Billoway. Let's continue. More houses. Leading to more tax income. And fish fry is still fine. Yep, we still have twice the production of fish. And 4 tons of soap is in. Let's enable soap. This should make me, yeah, I think 400 on the balance again. Plus. I mean, not even probably as I see. Yeah, it's rather close to 200 or something like that. Not quite my calculations. Going to finish a few more farmers. That will probably... No, we're looking really good there right now with that production. So I can still go ahead with more farmers. And we might actually consider now the next city district, to be honest. That would be then somewhere over here, right? So let's just check it out. There is my road from the river. And of course we want to make it so that we can squeeze in those houses here. Need this palace crown then here. Yeah, for now. For now it's fine. It's too late anyway. We've built it. So I can still move it later on, right? Let's continue with the building. It's still being reached, but we're going to need another block of that here now somewhere. Probably. That looks good to me. This, of course, needs to be a triple road. Because there's going to be trains choo-chooing along. Also, since we can do this, the school. Having that somewhere over here. By the way, we still need a school for Vega Center. And that would most likely be somewhere here. We can move these people over to that area. By the way, here I can still go ahead with a few more. I was originally going for a church here, but I've revised my plans. And then we can have the school here. However, the school is the last building that I'm going to build. First, we do need bread. 73 tons. That's close to capping. Let's build some more houses in Billoway. And I think also here. At least there is a proper way of getting more taxes in. Of course, we're going to need those people soon. They're not going to just sit around. Fire station. Probably not something I need right now. Really, the roads are the most expensive thing right now for me. It's hurting me. I hate roads at the moment. Of course, we can also think ahead. And where should we have our grain plantations? I think somewhere down here. It's going to take a lot of space. I was actually going to with Vega, but of course that's impossible. We are running out of space here already. I'm certainly not going to plaster grain farms now in as well. Where is my timber? Something seems off. Oh, we had riots here. Look at that. There's the police right now. Beating people down. Alright, propaganda time, 5% income, and also, this is of course a really tricky propaganda here, the 10% consumption. It does help us short-term wise, because people just in general consume 10% less goods, right? That means we have a bit more buffer to play around with, and building a few more houses before we need to build more industry. However, you quickly get used to that, and once we actually need to tone down on this propaganda because of influence reasons later on, we're going to be in deep trouble because then we need to revisit all our industry. So I'm not doing this. This time we're not going with consumption reduction from the beginning. It's just happiness and money. And yeah, happiness, right? Or wait a second, negative riot chance. I think that's what I like the most here right now. We're not having the consumption anymore. Doesn't make sense to me really. It's just too much of a headache later on. fix all the industries.
Don't tell me I've
And let's sell the next schooner.
You cannot appease me.
And I think we can then also have a few more farmers here in Billaway. Yep, this leads now to a slight underproduction. So we need another fishery once more. And also let's build that fire station. Level 11! Hooray! 4,000 people. A bit of positivity there on my balance. And we can build 2 schooners. That is a glorious day as well. 12 tons of soap. I could afford the next soap maker soon. However, what I would like to prepare now is, of course, the grain village. As always, I like to have a good separation of power. That means I would like to have my grain village. And then we're going to have the windmills and the bakeries extra, right? Because we're going to need grain for flour production, but of course also for my beer production then. So it's easier for me to just set it up separately. So we have one area that focuses on grain and one that focuses on production. Now, boom, there we have a proper grain village with a trade union in the center, so we can boost them if I like to. We can still add more in this area if I like to, right? We just need to expand them down to this area. But for now, it's fine. I've wasted a bit of too much time there with that, but it's fine. We do need to build a few more houses now in Billaway. But at least the layout is there, and we can then just need to go ahead and build them. Let's have a bit of room here then for another service building. Let's also have those guys then here. So as always, we're just plastering everything full with farmers, right? And a bit of structure comes later then. Or a bit of a beauty building then once we have the time. But right now, we really need to stress that a bit. We can now go with the first gunboats. Hooray! Weapons are coming in. We got the first 6 tons in. Gunboat needs 5 tons? Yes. 5 tons of weapons. I would like to boost this soon. We can actually do this already by 50% now. We have a good happiness for that. The police station is also close by, right, for the whole industry sector and a bit of the city. So that we can safely beat everyone down that needs some beating there. And then we just go ahead and build more schooners. And gunboats now. Of course, it would be amazing to have 2 shipyards. One can only dream. I wanted to build also my second soap production, soap factory number 2, 2 more rendering works, and that also requires us some more pig farms. Actually doesn't, right? Because 1 pig farm is for 1 rendering work, so this is fine now. Took me a bit too long there as well, but I think it's fine, right? So we have now 4 soaps per minute that we produce with that. My total consumption of soap is at 1. We have a good surplus that we can start selling to Eli then once available. My other industry is looking fantastic, except the sausages perhaps. So let's do a bit more slaughtering. That means 1 more pig farm and 1 more slaughterhouse. And the remaining timber I have, we can also now use to start upgrading some more people in the lower district here of Vega, right? The lower district, upper district. Meanwhile, I continue in Billaway. In that case, more houses we need. Like, really, just more houses. And probably a good schnapps production for these bad boys. But with that, the other side looks good. That's all the timber that we have anyway. Might actually consider building me another sawmill. And with that, another lumberjack hut. Give me that 97 is fine. Another schooner. And I might actually go with a gunboat now. Right, my first one. Let's put the waypoint back to the harbor area of Vega. So that we can finally also start with some shipbuilding. Because the AI is already in full swing. Leo has 5 gunboats now. And also Miss Hunt is, oh my goodness, already building on a harbor. Harbor defenses. Well, we dream of harbor defenses. Endeavor. And a new schooner is coming in for selling. 2,500 coin. Giving us 6,000 coin in total again.
I need something.
And I would like to start now working on my Bente, right? We're on good terms with Bente. What is my ship doing here? Oh, Bente is in the way, of course, to Archie. Yeah. Let's just stay on good terms with Bente there, I guess. So I would like to work on my next production, that is now the bread. Also pretty late, I think. We are fine. 1 hour 40 in right now. And foundation is, of course, the most important thing. We do have the farmers, but one farm costs me 1,200 credits. So we need to be very careful by how many we actually build here. My bread consumption right now, or demand, is at 2. So we need at least 4 to make this right. That means we do need, if my calculations are completely correct, 4 grain farms, leading to 5,000, something like that. 6,000 actually. Just for the grain farms, right? And then we have the flour mills. However, we can start with that industry. So of course, it's going to be a bit further away from those guys here, because I want to keep it separated, as I said. So we're going to need some flour mills and some industry zone for Billaway. Of course, I've already started with that harbor area here being an industrial port. So I just continue here now with my road. And in that case here, we can then have our first production, the bread. Or at least the flour for now. Actually, I also would like to have the bread here in Billaway. So I'm going to do something else. Get my work cloth production here as well. We don't need to have that much work cloth, right? Because I will still have... It's not going to be a capital city or anything. But it's still going to be a significant amount of wool that we need. Yeah. Make it like so, because then we'll need to have that fire station here. And then we can also go ahead with the framework knitters. We have 5 of them, right? So 3 here and then probably another 2 here. Oh, that was actually on time. We can still squeeze in some more here. And then also build us some more sheep farms. That is, of course, very unfortunate. But this is working. It's just as elegant, really. And yep, let's go ahead, build that. That's really cheap production here, so let's build 2 of them together with the framework knitter. We do have a total consumption demand 4. Actually, we are equal, making it not so cheap anymore. Let's build another one so that we have a slight positivity here. And of course, with that, we will be able to upgrade my people in Billaway to workers. Very important, because I want, of course, to have my bread production here, which requires workers. Let's go ahead and also sell my next ship. Actually, we lost quite a lot of money with the sheep farms now there. This will be problematic. At least we got my first gun mode. Proper protection. Let's go ahead with another schooner, and then we can go ahead with the next gunboat right away. That's a glorious blue sky. Onwards to more production and building. We are going to make some more blocks here. Not the most beautiful blocks, are they? Try to squeeze in something that much better. And then, of course, also on the other side of my main road, we can probably go ahead with that. And then we just copy the whole thing and make like 2 of them. Really, these are just the best blocks ever. They are so flexible, because you can always just remove buildings out of them again and build something in it, like a service building, like a bank, for example. It just always works. Leo settled on the next island. Shoo, we could probably do the same, to be honest. I do have the steel beams. It would cost me 2,500 on top, but it's never going to be so easy anymore getting an island. This one is still available, right here in the center. I'm going for it. Where's my most important ship ever? Poas. Off you go. Get me that island. By the way, also, we have the work cloth in. Yep, work cloth is coming in. Billaway will soon be under the rule of the workers. And I will need to... another fishery. That trading post is severely overwhelmed here right now. We need to build a warehouse. Costing me another 500 coin. I can't get to my grain farms. There's always something coming up that I need to spend money on. Yeah, but selling another ship soon will be possible. There's no ship no ship for sale.
Excellent.
At the moment. Leo is really pushing hard right now. We need to get us another island down there in the south, securing us the passage to the new world. Houses we have though. Marketplace, pop, more money spending. And then, of course, some more farmers here. Glorious! And with all of that, of course, consumption is equal now, which is good and bad. Means we have fully used the potential of my industry, but we're not making any surplus anymore.
New orders.
Plus, there you are. Thank you. Let's take some timber and 8 tons of steel beams and get you down here to this island.
On our way.
Ship construct.
That would be red pepper. There's some more zinc, copper. There's also copper here. That is just really good, right? So we have red pepper, fir. We have fir, hops, grape. I think this was also grape, yep, and the red pepper. So we have all the fertilities that we need for all the way to investor level. Copper, 1, 2, 2 zinc, 3 zinc. 2. Yeah, 2 is fine too for the brass production then that we need. That should be fine too. Limestone. Limestone is perfect. Yeah, I'm feeling confident. With those 4 islands, if I secure them tightly, we can actually make it into a very good end game.
Fleet ready.
That is if I can keep them, of course. Next schooner, Hot Kipper. By the way, Hot Kipper, sorry. Take the item with you. We have those items in the stock, right? And let's just sell them too. 1,000 credits. It's not a lot, but it's at least helping us a bit. And by the way, also, let's build the next schooner. And we can build the next gunboat, meaning we have then 3 gunboats for some basic protection. Let's rejoice on that. And can we upgrade? No, we still cannot upgrade. Yes, we can. There you go. Let's upgrade the occasional bunches in Billoway. Also having workers now. Port Town Billoway has been born with that. That's of course more taxes. But of course, it also means we have workers now here for the bread production. Which is the last production we need before moving on to tier 3. That means I probably should prepare my bread production now. So we're going to separate the bread with the beer, of course. Meaning that first, I do want to have a trade union here at some point. I mean, not that it's urgent. I think we don't have a fire station here yet. Let's build one right away. Very important. And then we're going with the bread. Now the bread, right now in Vega, we have a total consumption or demand of only 2. It's not really high, right? So I'm calculating with 10. That means that at least... Yeah, let's build 5 flour mills, to be honest. Alright, let's build a few more. Alright, there we have it. That's 8, meaning that we can supply 16 bakeries with that. Alright, you think that's a lot. And I think probably not going to be enough. Let's just see. That's not going to work. Make this a bit tighter. Definitely want to have here my next bread then. Here. You also should make sure that traveling distance is not too far, right? So that's always a bit of a bummer. That's 8. 12. I don't need them here. Have them. Ah, this is fine. That's it, right? With that we have 16 bakeries. One big disadvantage Billoway has though, it has no clay pits, right? So we do need to get the bricks over. And once again, my trusted ship, Poise, is going to work on that. First we settle. 3!
Amazing, you know what to do.
We've actually settled on 4 islands. Of course, the real challenge will be to hold them.
We assist however we know.
Yeah, Leo doesn't like that. I think with that we might actually be on a war course with him. But he is, I think... Oh, he's not at war with anyone. To be honest, I don't know if that is such a smart decision here. He doesn't like that at all. Medium high. Ah, that's impossible. He's declining all of my flattery. My face can't be that bad. Bent at least +1. Of course, that is not working. We need more military power if I want to keep up with them, flattery-wise. They're never going to accept my smile. At least Hot Kipper on its way now. Another ship that we can sell at RG. I think this might have bad consequences on us. We'll just... Now that I think about it, it might have really bad consequences for us. I don't know. Let's just keep going for now. Continue onwards in the next episode with artisans is my goal. Getting the bread in and then tier 3 population. And then, of course, onto the new world. Stay tuned.